Hey guys, welcome back. I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live, and we're excited that you chose to hang out here with us. The very cool vocal studios in Dallas. I guess you've got ample time to hang out with us nowadays because you can't do anything else. COVID-19 has got you guys stuck at home, probably. So you got plenty of time to watch us and all the cool content here at vocalnow.com. This show happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every Thursday and features some of the very best, that's right, guys, the very best original singer-songwriters in the U.S. of A. By the way, you can now follow my shows on Apple iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, Stitcher, Twitch, Spreaker, Google Play, TuneIn, and Deezer. Or just go where there's cool content, and you'll find us there, Barside Jive. In fact, if you happen to be listening to me right now, just audio only like a podcast, you can view the show by going to vocalnow.com, and never forget that vocal is misspelled intentionally with a K. So VOKAL now.com. Look at the top of the app or the top of your browser and you'll see us in full view. Also, all of my content is on demand on my YouTube channel, youtube.com, Barside Jive Live. Barside Jive is sponsored by the Zoo. All right, Boner.
The Zoo.
On vocal.
All right, the Zoo is the world's best rock and can be streamed 24/7, 365, once again at vocalnow.com. Tonight, I have singer-songwriter, Ghost Dance Band.
Funky.
I mean, the whole band's singer-songwriters, right? They are in the studio, but first... Guns N' Roses announced rescheduled tour dates following performance postponements due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Guns N' Roses have announced rescheduled dates for their tour of South and Central America. The trek, which was originally supposed to take place in March and April, will now be delayed until November. GNR fam, we're coming back for you, proclaimed a video on the band's Twitter account announcing the rescheduled performances. The new dates, including headlining slots at the Argentina, Brazil, and Chile Lollapalooza festivals, all of which had previously been planned for the spring. Original tickets will be honored for the rescheduled performances. See a full list of rescheduled tour dates for Guns N' Roses on my Facebook page at Barside Jive Live. GNR's most recent show took place March 14th at the Viva Latino Festival in Mexico City. Unlike many other major festivals, including South by Southwest and Coachella, Viva Latino chose to continue with their event as planned, despite ongoing fears surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials cited economic impact, as one of the reasons Viva Latino was not shut down. The festival's director claimed it would be irresponsible to cancel the event, while also noting that the Mexican government had not told them to postpone. Well, I guess if the government there tells you not to do it, you just don't do it. Despite this, several of the festival's artists did not perform due to health concerns, including Mexican duo Rodrigo y Gabriela and English group Mogwai. Was that right? Mogwai?
Yes.
You mean like Gizmo? Like the Mogwai?
I don't know.
Mowgli?
No, Mogwai.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mogwai?
Maybe.
Some Gremlins action?
Anyway, somebody else didn't go. So meanwhile, Guns N' Roses went through their headlining set, delivering 22 songs to thousands in attendance. The concert was highlighted with a rendition of So Fine, the first time GNR have performed the track in concert since 1993. Also, I've got some breaking news. Obama announces he is no longer responsible for the economy. From Martha's Vineyard, former President Barack Obama announced today that he is formally passing ownership of the stock market and the economy onto President Trump. So that, guys, will wrap my rock news for this Thursday. If you like my rock music news, then my Tuesday and Thursday 7:30 p.m. shows are the place to be. If you like rock and roll history, then turn on and tune into my daily dose of rock music by simply checking out my YouTube channel at Barside Jive Live. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Barside Jive.
Yay! In my own
My live music showcase is sponsored by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable candle line and natural body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. So, guys, my guest today is the Ghost Dance Band, or at least part of them. I've got Weston, Dodd, and Cody Dollins in the studio. They are based out of Waco and Dallas, Texas. The Ghost Dance Band was formed by fate, hard-headedness, and an addiction to creating art. With driven spirits and refusal to fail, the Ghost Dance Band is empowered by fans known as the Ghosts and the love of music. The Ghost Dance Band, along with the Ghosts, create a unique atmosphere which can only be described as supernatural. With a singular and unparalleled sound from folk to rock and roll, the Ghost Dance Band is blazing a new trail in the Texas country music scene. The band members are Cody
Dollins,
Wes Dodd, Chris Smith, Will Pressure, Hayden Redwine. So guys, let's welcome the Ghost Dance Band to Barside Jive Live. Well, tell me, how's it going?
Going all right, man.
You know, quarantine's going well. Yeah, you know, sitting inside and avoiding people. It's what a lot of us have done before the quarantine. So just fitting right back in. You know.
Right.
We've been drinking quarantinis.
Have you?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, quarantinis. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. Even got a drink for the event. Yeah, I can't wait for it to be over. I mean, everybody's so panicked. You know. It's, I guess for a lot of people, it's a scary thing, but you know, but the news, it just makes it so much worse.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you kind of stay informed, but yet, you know, is it really that much? Is it really good? I mean,
I guess it's good to take care of people and look out for everybo's better interest. But I can think back a few years back, H1N1 came out. And
right.
They didn't.
No, it was nothing like this.
No.
Shoot, no. Yeah, so what's been going on in the world of the Ghost Dance Band?
Man, on Valentine's Day, just recently, we dropped our new EP called Erie Street, and we were real excited about it. We were pretty happy with every song that we had on this thing. Our first EP was kind of a trying to figure out what sound we were going for.
Right.
We had a little bit of everything. The second one's a lot more driven, and you can tell we've played together a lot more. We really grew up in this second one, I like to think, and very excited about it.
Very cool. So give me a little history about this band. How did it get started?
No one knows.
It's a mystery.
That's the mystery.
You're right.
No.
It's a ghost thing.
Are we 1,000 years old with 100 mysteries? Or are we 100 years old with 1,000 mysteries?
Right.
Just one of the mysteries.
Right.
No, we come from different backgrounds, clearly. Cody's been doing the rodeo thing since he was a little kid, and secretly teaching himself how to play guitar behind my back. I kind of felt cheated on, but me and the rest of the guys, we did a lot heavier path in music. We were doing the whole metal thing, and we were already in the studio working on a different project, and we had some falling outs, and we had some things happen, and
I used to show up to their practices all the time. I would just go hang out. We told you, I don't know if we told the people, but we're brothers. We grew up together or whatever. So that's why he says, behind his back or whatever. Yeah, I was kind of sneaking my guitar playing in there. Yeah, because he's been playing my whole life, and he had some things go on in life that led him to meeting these guys, and I was a big fan of theirs. I'd go to all their shows all the time, go to their practices just to hang out, and all the while kind of teaching myself to play and starting to dabble in songwriting as the years go on, And like he said, they got into the studio recording their project, and had some troubles with a member or whatever, and they kind of had a little falling out, and I think the next week, I believe.
The next week, yeah. Cody,
I was like, hey, well, I've got a song that I'd like to record, and if you guys want to step in for me. I'd already talked to our drummer about coming in and, laying down drums for me, and they're like, yeah, absolutely, and we jumped right in the studio. They recorded a song that they had barely knew, I was the only one that really knew it.
Wow.
And we got in there, we laid it down, and I remember that last day still sitting there listening to the final product, and it was just absolutely blown away. I never thought music was a thing that was, for me personally, gonna end up being a thing. Right. Yeah, here we are. But yeah, that day in the studio, we got that product back. We were like, well, I guess we better roll with this.
Lightning in a
got
bottle,
any more
man.
songs?
Wow, that's really cool. So Cody, did you come up with the lyrics or the melody, the whole thing? Did you?
For the first song, the lyrics and melody.
Okay.
And a bunch of our stuff throughout the rest of the albums, either I'll write a whole thing. A lot of the times he sends me big blocks of just all kinds of rhymes, just all kinds of stuff, and I like to get inspiration from there. And
right.
Or our other guitar player, Will Pressure, he's a great songwriter as well. But we'll get a final product, we'll bring it to the circle, and we'll sit around and we'll all kind of put our own little personal thing on it and opinions and whatnot, and kind of curate it right there, and that's how we get our final products a lot of the time.
Wow.
It's definitely not the cookie cutter formula of one person drives the band. I write the songs. It is what it is. We pay you money. Do it. It's definitely not that at all.
Right.
No, we do it the way where you scream at each other in the garage and fight and get mad over what's supposed to happen right here.
Yep.
And then you take a break, but then you come back and it all evens out, and it makes our songs.
Mm-hmm. So how long ago did you guys start this band?
Well,
we recorded that first song November 2016,
wow.
and that was before we recorded the first song before we were a band. This was just kind of a side project,
right?
And then we started practicing. We learned a few more, recorded a few more, and we put out that one song, and it got a lot of love, from all of our people.
Right.
But the cool thing is that whenever we jumped into this, knowing, we said, all right, well, if we're gonna be in this scene, we're not gonna be posers. I didn't grow up listening to country music. I didn't go to the rodeo. And
right.
Cody was the one that was his life. He was out riding and all that. And so we were like, okay, if we do this, we're gonna approach it the way that we approach what we know.
Right.
And so coming into this a new scene with I wasn't going, well, what would Garth do on this song? What would Dwight Yoakam do? We just said, well, what would we do?
Right.
And everything just happened so organically that it's people listen to it and they go, well, I can't pinpoint that. You don't sound like anybody. And especially with the way music's rolling today, there's a lot of people that are trying to be the next someone else.
Yeah.
They're not really pushing to be the first them, like we are. So it's it's really cool, man. There's a lot of different vibes in there, and it's working so
really
far.
Cool. It's a cool story. It's a really cool story how this thing came together.
The timing couldn't have been perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened exactly when it needed to happen.
Yeah.
And really, aside from just agreeing to do it, it was completely out of our control.
Yeah.
Because
right.
It took off without our permission.
Yeah.
Once it was out there, that was it.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you've got people, well, where's the rest of them? Where's the rest of the songs? And it's like, well, I mean,
it really did work. Really did.
Let's write some songs, let's do it.
Yeah, that first one went out, and just the love we got back from just that was insane. I couldn't.
That was your go sign.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
we were like, well, let's
absolutely
give it a go. And man, that was, like I said, 2016.
That's been over 3 years ago.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Been going on 4.
Yeah, we put out the full EP July 2017. Played our first show August 2017. We made sure before we played our first show that we had merch, we had CDs, so we wanted our first show to look like we played our 100th.
Yeah,
you know, this
you
is
did
our
it
100th.
right.
That's what everybody kept telling us, we're doing it backwards. And I was like, the way things are working for us, I think we're just going to stick to doing it backwards then.
Right,
you know?
right. Wow, that's very cool. You guys ready to play?
Yeah, let's play one.
Let's play one.
One down.
What are you going to play first?
Let's start with High. You want to play High?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a cool one.
Now, who wrote this?
We did.
Yeah, so this song actually we had completely different lyrics thrown down on it when we took it to the studio, and we got the music recorded. And our producer, he was like, "Man, I love the lyrics you have." He was like, "But you know, for the direction we were kind of wanting to go, he was like, let's kind of creep it up a little bit, you know what I mean, so to speak." And so we took it back home and just rewrote it kind of quickly. Actually, I was like, oh, we'll take our time with it, and then before we know it, we had more lyrics. We're like, hey, okay, this is kind of cool, so let's roll with it.
Well, you can't stop from the creativity, man. When it's like when you're in the moment and it's coming, like, you know, some of our best songs have been written in an hour.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would be like, oh, that must mean that it's, you know, generic. Not at all, but it's just
the good ones happen fast.
The good ones happen fast.
Seems like, you know.
Yeah, they do. A lot of hits have been written on elevators, in bathrooms, 5 minutes.
Yep.
You've heard all those stories over the years. It happens all the time.
Yep.
Well, what's this song about?
It's basically about like life not feeling normal outside of doing the thing that you truly love doing. Really would be the premise of it.
Okay. All right, cool.
So here we go.
Here we go. The Ghost Dance Band right here on Barside Jive Live.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cold off his breath, smoke from an afternoon cigarette. Tries to think of a reason to quit, but he ain't found one yet. Now it all makes sense, and maybe it does all of the time, as he sings a sweet melody to a twisted nursery rhyme. He could stop and slowly fade away. It's all the same in the end. There's the difference in giving up and giving in. Low so he gets high. Low, low, low. And they say home is where the heart is, and so like a dark horse he roams. Half dead, rotting flesh from a life he had to fight for on his own. Like a clock without a face, a song with a missing line. Things just don't make sense most of the time. Dark bags beneath his eyes, another moonlit drive. A couple of the things that get him by, law they get him high. Love, welcomes the night like a long forgotten friend, sends a wave through his brain like a warm Texas wind. The floodgates are open, the show's set to begin. Through the scrub on his face he cracks a smile, low then he gets high. Low so he gets high. The coat off his breath from an afternoon cigarette, like a dark horse he rose.
Nice stuff, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That solo in that song actually has guitar taps, and we didn't think about that. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to tap on this acoustic.
Yeah, right.
I know. As we were getting to the part, I was like, should we just skip it and go straight into the slow? But I was like, we didn't talk about it. I better just keep it rolling.
Yeah, that's right. No, you guys did great. That was really good. So who came up with the name of the band, the Ghost Dance Band?
Do
you want to take this one?
Well, which version do you want?
Oh.
He's looking at me like, really? Like, this is what we're doing? Yeah. No, there's 5 different stories, man. And,
man.
There's 5 different stories. Yeah, one for every member of this band. And because really, there was never a single soul person that just said, hey, I was like driving and, dude, this name is cool. Honestly, we've had so many conversations about this name and where it means that honestly, we've really kind of forgotten where it came from. Like, at this point, we just, instead of how it originated, we hang on what it means to us, like what that title means, what it stands for, like reading between the lines of GDB. And, for Cody, he applies, the whole ghost dance, Native American, ritualistic energy towards his rodeo and bull riding career, and the duality of him being a cowboy and an Indian, and and to me, it's the spiritual place of this band being like being made up of like what it feels like whenever your foot falls asleep. Just this weird static, and
the band was almost created through ashes, like it was from
absolutely.
The falling apart of these things that grew this thing,
right.
like a ghost,
But man, I wish it was just like, well, we were at Taco Bell and that sounds cool. But really, I mean, we don't even remember anymore, man. Like, it's just like once, however the name came to be, whichever one of us threw it out there, it stuck and it resonated and it felt like home to us. And it's almost like we didn't even log who threw it out there. It's just, this is what it is. It feels like we've always been that. It's hard to not think about us before,
Right.
And it's crazy. That doesn't happen often.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
It does not happen often.
Well, now I know that your cousin, first cousin?
Second.
Somewhere not far down, but
I think
not
second
first.
cousin. Yeah. He's on second or third.
Cousin?
Second.
Yeah. Daryl Dodd, who used to play the hell out of the Texas circuit here, and then last time I heard, he was in Nashville with playing with Tracy Lawrence and Martina McBride and some of the heavyweights there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So does he know what you guys are doing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We actually right when all of this was getting started, this was before the song got recorded, I believe, even like just when I was getting into wanting to record one. Daryl was playing at Lakeside in Waco, Lakeside Tavern. And we went up there and watched him and caught him afterwards. And that was the first time I had met him. And I went up to him and, I did the whole, like my mom had met him multiple times and other people of our family, And I went up to him and I kind of told him like, I'm sure you get this or whatever all the time. Then I kind of explained the family and he was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I know your mom. She's talked about you, blah, blah, blah. And man, he took us both in that night and just treated us like absolute rock stars. Like took us, we got to be part of his entourage for the night, going bar to bar, and then ended up playing a guitar in his hotel room with just a whole load of people, in there. And I played a few songs, and he was like, man, this is you should try to do something with it,
Yeah.
We'll come to find out. There was even a fail-safe code word in case we sucked.
Yep.
That they were going to go to the store and get a pack of smokes or something like that. It may not have been a pack of smokes, but they were going to go to the gas stations.
Yeah, there was a code word for, hey, this kid stinks and this is embarrassing. We need to get out of here.
Yeah.
They told us later that they had one, But they stuck around, so I guess that was a good thing.
What's crazy, though, is Cody and Daryl look a lot alike. And there was, what show was it? Was it at a... Oh man, I don't know if it wasn't at Lakeside, but it was at another, it might have been the barbecue place we played with him at. But he looked over and he was like, I mean, y'all out there that know us, we're a pretty weird family. I mean, he says he's my cousin, but really he might be my son. Everybody was like, oh my God. Can't believe you just said that.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
But he's awesome, man.
He's
Anybody
awesome,
who's ever met that guy knows that he's just one of the most big-hearted guys you're ever gonna find anywhere.
Yeah.
Man, he would do anything for anybody, I believe.
Yeah.
Glad to know him for sure.
Well, you guys definitely have some good music genes in the family, then, right?
I guess so.
That man can play.
You said it, not me.
So.
Yeah.
He set the bar pretty high.
Yeah. Well, tell me. I know we've kind of scratched the surface a little bit on how this music thing started for you guys, but I want you to elaborate a little bit more. Like, when was the first time you picked up a guitar? Who gave it to you? That kind of stuff.
Well, I'll go first. You were taking a drink. I was raised, by my mother, and not to get all heavy on everybody, be that guy, but I was raised by our mom, and before the other one kind of bailed, he played guitar, phenomenally. And so I kind of grew up in honky tonks and, going to these little places and going up there and getting on stage and kind of singing little songs that I knew and, not knowing when to stop. And I think I played that Thanks a Lot song. They said I sang it for like 20 minutes and finally they're like, okay, well, thanks a lot for doing it. Get out of here, but so, I mean, I just kind of always felt at home in that environment.
Yeah.
And one of the only things that I ever got from the dude was, he gave me his, vintage Stratocaster and, I taught myself just how to play, I would pick like one string and I would listen to like a punk song or whatever, that I was into. And
right.
I would just listen to it over and over. And then I would hit one note on one string until it sounded kind of like what they were doing. And then over time I would, figure out how to play chords and power chord and just self-taught, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it's led me to here.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, all my memories of coming home in elementary school and whatnot was opening the front door and hearing his amp just blaring in his room. And so the first thing I would do is go and just sit on his bed and just sit there and listen, you know. It's just good times.
By the way, dude, it is super, super rad that I get to do this with him,
Yeah.
especially because where I was in my own personal life. And, even a few of the guys in the band shortly after that. It's like it kind of snowballed. But, Cody, in a way, the way that me meeting the guys before we became GDB, we were doing the other thing,
right.
The way that pulled me out of a place, Cody really kind of saved all of us, and to a degree, by being the fifth element to this project. And we've got to do things that we'd have never dreamed we would have gotten to do in the other world, and we've met some amazing people. And really it all started because this kid decided to pick up an acoustic and say, hey, I've got a song, do y'all want to just come try? And
wow,
and just see what happens.
Yeah.
And it was funny going back how I said this band was kind of born out of ashes. Let's go all the way back. Is when I first started learning the guitar for an outlet, something new to do. I've rode bulls my entire life, and professionally since I was 18. And that life gets stressful, if you can imagine. And so you got to have ways to get out of it, and playing a guitar was just something fun to take my mind off of things. I just figured if I could learn one song, I could show up to a party and pick it up and nail my one song and put it down, and then, ladies, here we go. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was it or whatever.
Right.
It was actually funny. The first song I chose to learn was actually Off the Record by Aaron Watson. And I figured it was a lady getter, really, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, that'll work. So I went to Dr. YouTube and learned chord by chord how to play that song. I had a buddy of mine that had showed me a few chords at first, but then went over and brushed up on all that. And so I learned this song, and I'm all excited, to show him, because he hardly knows I'm even messing with a guitar at this point. He probably doesn't know. And so Off the Record, that song. And for those of you who do know, right. It's what it's about and whatnot. Well, it was actually really bad timing.
Westy got dumped.
Yeah.
And so apparently it's one of those
a long time relationship.
Oh man.
Cody said, well, I want to show Bubba this song, but and Mom was like, not today.
Yeah, I was in my room just like, damn, I was so excited for this, and now I better not play this song right. He's gonna break down on me, I can't do that to him right now.
Oh,
but that whole breakup, that's what's crazy. That is what really started. If not for that, then you wouldn't have met the guys in Affinity Index, which was their first band. Mm-hmm. And he started getting back into music, to heal himself, basically. Right. And he met those guys. And then through all that, obviously, the rest now, of how it all gotten us to right here today, which is just crazy.
And I wish the other guys were here, because they'd have, their own,
story.
And oh man, because, we call the band Voltron. Like we're Voltron, like individually we're all right, but it's not until we're together that
you're really together,
that this does not work with just one of us, and like we've all been there together for one another, and we're friends obviously, but like at this point we're all brothers, like I've got 4 brothers, and like just we can't imagine not having this,
right?
And it's we feel like it's like becoming bigger than us, and and this is like riches and money and all that is never necessarily guaranteed, fame's never guaranteed, but what we have so far, whenever we're dead and gone 50 years 100 years from now, this music and this snapshot of us here, like we've left a mark, we've left a legacy, and like in the big picture, man, what else can you really ask for, and the fact that you get to do this with your best friends, like, come on.
Right.
Like, everybody should go be in a band.
It don't get much better than that.
It really doesn't.
For sure.
Hey, let's play another one.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Which one you want to do? You
pick
one.
One that ain't got any stupid taps in it. Blackheart?
All right, let's do Blackheart.
It's a cool song, by the way.
This is the Ghost Dance Band right here on Barside Jive Live.
Good family song about going to hell.
Yeah.
Start me off with that lead line.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Weep no more, I've made my peace with the Maker. Don't wanna go to hell alone, but the devil won't let me take her. Took for granted all the good she saw within me. Tempted by a bed of lies, you see, from reflection staring back at me. Living's hard, it's nothing like the ending. Watching all the ghosts of those you know aloft to their eternal home. Bless the Lord, oh my weary soul. Loud a time into the fire I go. Forgive me, oh, for the pain I've sown. My heart was black as Virginia coal. I can hear the devil's voice a-calling, calling for a death that's been amassed from a life full of decadence. No pardon to grant, there's no absolution. Nothing here but regrets from all the living, and a haunting memory of her. Bless the Lord, oh my weary soul. Loud and time into the fire I go. Forgive me, oh, for the pain I've sown. My heart was black as Virginia coal. If I could take it back, I would, to do all the things that I should, just to find some peace within. No more time, no second chance, no last kiss, no last dance. These memories are all I have. Hey, bless the Lord, oh my weary soul. Loud a time into the fire I go. Forgive me, oh, for the pain I've sown. Oh, my heart was black as Virginia coal.
Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Dig it. Dig it. So what do you guys do when you're not doing music?
I'm still riding bulls, going to PBR events and stuff like that all over the country. When I have a free weekend, I like to squeeze those in as much as I can. Your lifespan in that sport isn't very long, you know, and so and I've been at it my entire life, and I'm just kind of wrapping things up, really, you know, like just having a good time, trying to get everything I can out of it, and just kind of letting this deal, you know, run its course until it's time to do this, you know.
Right.
Full time whenever we can, I guess.
I'm a substitute teacher at my daughter's elementary school.
That's cool.
Dude, it's awesome because I get to, I tell everybody, I said, I mold America's youth.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Somebody needs to.
Right. No, it's rad. Somehow those kids have figured out that now the older ones, like the high school and all that, like they get it, and that's all. Oh my God, they harass me, but the little ones think that I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
And so somehow they think that we're like this electronic DJ group, and it's like, no, guys.
No.
It's super funny though. It gives me a chance to be around Alexi, which is my daughter, and keep an eye on her and all her friends, because it's a crazy world out there. And, we're gone a lot, and so getting to be back, and you can make up for lost time,
Yeah.
and it fits the schedule, because when it's time to go, it's time to go. And it's hard to be like, hey boss, can I
take off?
Can I take off for 3 weeks and then come back for a week and then be gone? So yeah, it fits.
Oh, good. Well, that'd be a lot of fun. I rodeoed when I was in high school.
Nice.
And I learned really quick that bulls weren't for me.
Yeah.
And I was a little top heavy.
Yeah.
Because I was 6'1", and it just didn't work well. But that was back in the day where our idols back then were the Donnie Gay and Pete Gay.
Oh,
and all those guys.
Know both of them.
All the old school guys, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a blast. We'd go to Cowbell in Mansfield and spend about $5 a ride. I think it's what they charged us. And of course, Cowbell's been gone for a long time.
Yeah, my dad used to hang around there all the time. There was a good chance y'all were probably both there at the same time.
Yeah, we'd ride bull after bull. You'd ride one, you'd go back around, you'd ride another, you'd go back around. We spend probably $15 or $20 every Friday night, and then sometimes we'd enter that rodeo. But then I learned that riding those bareback horses, I was much better suited, and I could actually ride them.
Yeah, those are, the bareback riders and the steer wrestlers are the big, strong guys, or even some of the bareback riders might not be tall, but they're always going to be real stout, because that's the most brutal sport. People think bull riding is that the bareback riding, even when you do it right, you get beat up.
Right.
So that's the rough stuff right there.
It was a lot of fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great life. It's a wild one, but, man, it's a good one.
Yeah. Never even thought of it as a career, but, it was just so much fun. We'd get together, all my buddies, and we'd do it every weekend, and it was a blast. But that's really cool. So, are you making any money?
Here and there. We've been doing all right this year.
Like music, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's very similar. You're paycheck to paycheck for sure. I was gonna say I do a lot of door dashing as well. Whenever things aren't going good on the rodeo end, you got to make some cash somehow.
Yeah.
But I've had a pretty decent year so far. We've gotten a good handful of bulls rode and had some fun. Those PBR deals, you really got to get 2 of them rode at the same event to really get the big money, and that's what we got to get those short round bulls down. But
right.
It's all right.
Frank, I talked to Frank McIlvain. Probably a month or so ago. His daughter Cheyenne, she's a singer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so he was the rodeo clown at Mesquite. I mean, he was the dude. I mean, he was great at it. And I guess he's still involved. He told me he still goes to all those events. I think he teaches bullfighting. So,
and the whole Rafter G, the Gay family, are still heavy into it as well. That used to run Mesquite and whatnot.
Right.
I know that family pretty well. I dated Jim Gay's daughter for about 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of them. And
now, wait a minute, Jim would be the youngest.
Yep.
Because there was Donnie and then Pete.
It was Pete and then Donnie, I believe.
Oh, Pete! I thought Pete was younger.
No, I think Pete was the oldest, and then Donnie was the middle, and Jim was the youngest.
The youngest.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I spent a lot of time at the Raptor G and learned all about the history of Mesquite and stuff. And a great family. I had nothing but good things to say about all of them for sure.
Yeah. Well, the new arena I've been in once, but the old one every weekend, man.
Yep.
Every weekend.
The original Mesquite Arena is actually on their ranch right now. they took it all and set it up on their ranch. That's where they buck their bull, practice,
right?
Not for people, but to get outs on bulls, put dummies on them, and test out young horses and bulls coming up.
Wow.
And, the daughters work their horses in there and whatnot, and
right.
I've got to get on a couple out there, and so it was cool to I've been on in the original OG Mesquite Arena.
Wow,
it's pretty neat.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Small world, man.
Right.
Small world.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So you guys, I guess you consider yourselves pretty lucky, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, from what you're telling me.
Absolutely, 100%.
Man, the love that this music stuff has gotten, and just the way things have progressed so naturally, and just, it's like every day there's a little bit of progress somewhere, and
right.
And everybody's doing their part. We all each have our individual jobs. It feels in this band like we really need everyone that we have. You know, if we were to miss a drop a link, it would it would hurt us.
From running financials to shaking hands and booking to physically pulling wire and setting up the sound rig and understanding the ends. I mean, dude,
it's cool because
Will's A through Z covered, dude.
Will's the gear guy. He's the one who builds our cases and sets up the rig and does all of our technical stuff.
Right.
Me and him do the PR stuff and booking and the kind of management stuff. Chris, the drummer, handles financials. He does all that.
Yeah, Chris turned us into a business.
Right.
Yeah, Chris turned us into a business and got all that handled. And my God, I looked at it and was like, nope, I'm good. It's all you. But the dude's a rock star at it.
Right.
He can take it and attack it, and it's done right. The first time, and then so it's crazy. You think that they get up there and they sing their little songs and
there's a lot more.
Oh my God,
so much more. When I first got into this, I had no idea how much more went into it than just getting up there and playing songs.
Right.
It's definitely been crazy. And then our bass player, we just need one to show up. That's kind of where
James.
You mentioned earlier Hayden Redwine was what we have on there for our bass player, but shout out also to James Bartosh, Scott Williams, Ben Bruton. Those are all guys that have played bass for us throughout our career so far. Still friends with all of them. They all, Ben hasn't played with us in quite a while, but Scott and James plays with us most these days. Hayden gets with us when we go out west in his direction. He had some family stuff he had to couldn't be full-time anymore to tend to.
Right.
James has been awesome. Scott, he steps in whenever we need him. He'll also come run sound for us whenever we need him. And
we say that we're a family business.
It's a legit little really family thing we got going on here,
like earlier whenever I was I wasn't meaning to sound pretentious or full of ourselves or nothing, but it's whenever it's bigger than us. We have so many people that are a part of our camp, that even if they're not on paper, they still have jobs to do, man.
Right.
Josh, how many times has Josh emceed shows for us?
Stuff where we have raffles and any kind of a costume contest or something. We have a guy who will come and do all that for us.
Wow.
Do
and then
the stage
Jackie,
stuff
our photographer, and Remy, our videographer.
We've got and they're all doing it. They're all doing it just we pay them as good as we can.
Right.
We like to take care of them, but everybody's really just doing it because they love being
band.
a part of it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Speaking of playing music, why don't we play another?
Let's do it. Let's do a pretty one.
Relapse?
Let's do a pretty song. No.
Oh.
That's a cool song. We'll get there. We'll get to that. Let's play it. Let's do So Long. Want to do So Long?
Yeah, that's fine.
Here they are, guys. Another time. This is the Ghost Dance Band right here on Barside Jive Live.
Here's a breakup song. Mascara running down your face, tears flooding from your eyes. I know I've been gone for too long, and I've gotta go again tonight. You unhappy, I can feel your heart breaking in my hands. Well, I think I have an answer to this problem. Bring your heartache to its end. This is the end. So long, I wish you the best. And don't let whoever comes next treat you any less than you deserve. Lord, I never could stand to watch you hurt, so I've gotta go. Well, I've gotta go. So long. Lift your head, honey. There's no need for that anymore. I know you love me, I love you too, so I'll take your troubles out the door. Said I wouldn't let the road get between us, well, I guess I lied. My intentions were pure, I wish I had a cure. Lord, He knows I tried, oh I tried so long. I wish you the best, and don't let whoever comes next treat you any less than you deserve. Lord, I never could stand to watch you hurt, so I've gotta go. I've gotta go. So don't try to find the words to say, none of them will make me stay. And oh my darling, can't you say you could get rid of your pain if you just get rid of me? Well, so long, I wish you the best, and don't let whoever comes next treat you any less than you deserve. Lord, I never could stand to watch you hurt. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Another good one.
Thank you.
Another good one.
Called So Long.
So Long by the Ghost Dance Band.
That's it.
So what's coming up for you guys this year?
Hopefully something. Yeah.
The Quarant Tour 2020.
Yeah.
Really?
The Corona Tour.
Yeah. We're stuck between the Corona Tour or the Quarant Tour, like quarantine tour.
Right.
But no, yeah, we are, besides rescheduling, we've already had, a lot of our schedule wiped out for the next foreseeable future.
Right.
We are going to be putting together a live stream type deal to where, acoustic shows like from the house or from the practice space, full band shows from kind of the headquarters where we'll just set the PA up or run the sound into the rig and just beam it out to everybody and just stream it on Twitch or something. And then I've even thought about us having come play Fortnite with us. You know what I'm saying? Just hang out with us, guitar lessons and stuff like that, or drum lessons. And
that'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
We're going to come up with something. There's no sense in sitting stagnant during all this. We have the internet. We're going to think of all kinds of, who knows what, until this is all blown over and done, what ideas we're going to come up with for getting in people's faces.
And trying to work on a run of house parties too, because if the clubs and venues are shut down, who come to your house, man?
Dalton Domino did a thing where he would go play people's living rooms for just the family or something, however many people they felt like bringing. And that was a pretty cool idea. I mean, as long as there's not, I guess, what's the rule now? 10? You're not supposed to be in a room with more than 10 people?
Yeah, I heard 50.
Yeah.
That was before.
Well, 50, and then now
that was
it's
till
10.
yesterday.
Well, I see. I mean,
But here's what you do. Here's what you do. I think you got a great idea. You stream live on Facebook, Twitch, any of them, or all of them, and then you put you a link to your virtual tip jar from PayPal on your link, and then
have a donation
that's
button.
The plan.
Work for tips.
Yep. I mean, because we don't mind making the best of it.
Right.
Putting in the sweat equity, but it's just trying to.
Yeah, you got to survive in the meantime.
Survive.
So give people a way to support you.
Right.
That's exactly what you need to do. So if people want to follow you or contact you guys for booking or for whatever reason they want to, buy your merch, how do they reach out?
At Instagram and Facebook are at Ghost Dance Band Official. Twitter is at _GDB Official. So you can get we have access to all of those. All of us do. So you're going to get a hold of one of us for sure. One of us two, most likely. But yeah, we're still pretty open. We've got, a few more booked. Like I said, we'll see how many of those actually get to go through. We were going to get to play with, Dirty River Boys and Mickey and the Motor Cars here in a couple weeks. And I think it's still on at the moment, but we
got the email today that it's still on, but expect it to cancel / reschedule.
Yeah, so. I figure this is going to be like this for at least a couple months.
Oh yeah,
what I'm afraid
of.
Yeah,
I'm expecting the same. I think it's going to be a minute.
And this close to summer, it's like, oh no.
Well, what about PBR? Are they?
They're shut down.
Gone.
They canceled the Unleash the Beast tour, which is the televised tour, and then there's the one right under that is the Velocity tour, which is the one I've been going to. They shut it down last weekend, and they had the UTB Unleash the Beast with no fans in the stands. They just ran the show and aired it and everything.
Right.
But I think I heard they canceled the next 2 weeks. Just in yesterday or today, somewhere very recently.
Yeah.
Which. We got to do what we got to do. I was kind of, at first, I was on the side of, this is dumb, this is stupid. But if it is, and I've done some research, listened to some things. If it's as bad as people are saying, then let's go ahead and take care of it. The quicker we all shelter ourselves in homes and let this blow over, the quicker we can get back to life as usual, which is what I'm ready for. So
I think all we're doing is allowing the healthcare to manage it. I think if we don't do that, we continue to get out, it's just going to overwhelm healthcare and someone's going to lose.
Right.
And I don't want, people to fall on the bad side of that. So
right. That was the deal in Italy. Is just it's not how sick people were, it's how many people were sick. And eventually hospitals, you run out of rooms. They had the staff was all working 24/7.
Right. Yeah. I mean, eventually we're all going to get it, just like the flu.
Right.
Eventually we're all going to get it, but some people it's going to affect them worse than others, and those people are going to need health care, and you just don't want to overwhelm the system.
Well, you wouldn't run into a burning building. You let the firemen do their job. The firemen wouldn't want, you're another person I have to save now.
Exactly.
We
know all about that here, don't we, Jay?
Yes, sir.
We had a fire in the building one night. The fire doors all slammed. We were in the middle of our show. But the motto is, I don't care if it's a fire or a freaking coronavirus, we're doing the show.
That's right.
So, people need to be entertained now more than ever, man. We need folks like you now more than ever, dude.
We're going to keep bringing it until we can't no more.
That's what I like to hear right there.
All right, guys, we are going to wrap this show. I want to thank once again Weston and Cody for coming in tonight, despite the pandemic, for coming in. And guys, we've sanitized the studio between shows. We've all washed our hands, so we're all doing the things we need to do. But the three of us, well, actually the four with Jay, we're here in the studio tonight. No one else is here, but we're doing our thing, and we'll keep doing it as long as we can. I've just got a few little things I need to close with. Beside my Tuesday and Thursday 7:30 p.m. live shows here at Vocal Studios, check out my weekly show in the Dallas Design District on Wednesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. It's at 1523 Dragon Street. I feature singer-songwriters and visual artists during that show. Always remember that my content archives on YouTube, Barside Jive Live is what you search. I'd like to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team, for all the hard work they do behind the scenes to make these shows possible. And guys, we're just about out of here. I'm going to ask Weston and Cody to play one more for us on our way out, but I want to thank you for hanging out with us this evening. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you. We appreciate your support of what we're doing here and hope that you'll share us with your friends and family and followers. And until next time, just ask that you be kind to one another, take care of each other, wash your hands, and be healthy and safe. And keep it real, keep on rocking. See you next Thursday right here on Barside Jive Live. All right, guys.
It's called Relapse. You want my love, that's poison. You want that never hold back, unforgiving love. 'Cause you've been searching for answers to your problems, but you can't hide the truth, it looks you dead in the eye. So you come running right back to me, 'cause you know I'll never let you go, hold you through the night. Oh, hello, my darling, good to see you again. I knew you'd be back, I just didn't know when. I know you're only here to calm your dismay. Well, tomorrow you'll run along like you're okay, but I know you'll return on a colder day, and I'll always be right here to welcome you back. Oh, when you relapse, love past lies like bones in a grave. You're born one day and then you decay into nothing. And I've been waiting and knowing I'd see you real soon. They're all like you, addicted to the abuse. Well, hello, my darling, good to see you again. I knew you'd be back, I just didn't know when. I know you're only here to calm your dismay. Tomorrow you'll run along like you're okay, but I know you'll return on a darker day, and I'll always be right here to welcome you back. It's tainted your heart, you can't stay away. You played a game with no escape, but it's okay, darling, you're not to blame. Well, hello, my darling, good to see you again. I knew you'd be back, just didn't know when. And I know you're only here to calm your dismay. Well, tomorrow you'll run along like you're okay, but I know you'll return on a cold, dark day, and I'll always be right here to welcome you back. Oh, when you relapse.
Wow, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, man.
It was a good time.
Thanks, man.
It's been great.
Have mercy.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.
The zoo gives you rock for the senses. Lows that evolve into highs that pierce.